Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the North Division All-Star winners, and you can either build them in sets or buy them on the auction house. If you do build the sets, you get two versions of the card. I'm going to give an in-depth true review of what I think the best version is. The way I came about this is I essentially compared them side by side on NHL Hut Builder, or you can also do it on Hut IQ as well. Just put in both versions of the card, compare them side by side to kind of see which one is better. I went with the one that gave you more overall points when you added their synergies, as in their player synergies, onto them. But obviously, if you're buying it in the auction house, pick whichever one fits your team synergies the best. Because maybe you need barrage, maybe you need balance, maybe you need distributor. So that really depends on which version of the card you get, is which one fits in your team the best. But this video is going to be the in-depth chew reviews, 1 through 5 chewies, what we will rate them. I'll also give you how many gold collectibles each one costs in the sets, as well as what their current price is on the auction house the day they came out, March 26th. So the price might change by the time you watch this video, but I'm going to put it down in the corner when I first introduce the card, as well as how many gold collectibles it cost, just so you guys know what that is. The set price won't change, but the market price could change. Let's get into it. Carey Price. The goaltending selection for the North Division is the Montreal Canadiens' Carey Price. He's also the card I voted for. To be honest with you, he's carried the Montreal franchise. He had not had an event card yet, so why not get the Carey Price here at the 94 overall? The version of the card that I picked is the one with 2 Swarm, 1 Distributor, and 1 Balance. Carey Price, tail of the tape, is 6'3", 220 pounds. He's left-handed shooting. The reason I picked this version of the card is it's the 3 better team synergies. The other version of Carey Price, when you're looking at it, has Barrage, Heart and Soul, and Spark. And I just don't think those synergies are as good. The Heart and Soul is useless. Obviously, I think Swarm's better than Barrage, and then the Distributor and Balance just outweigh Spark. Let's look at the attributes of this Carey Price. He has 92 glove high, 95 stick high, 95 glove low, 92 poke check, 98 stick low with 90 passing. His speed is 95 with his vision 95, and his agility is 95 as well. So pretty good quickness attribute. In positioning, he's 96 across the board with the positioning, 5-hole and breakaway. Rebound control, 81 aggression, then 96 rebound control, 95 shot recovery. So pretty good attributes. The glove high is a little bit concerning. I do think gloves can be exploited in this game, as you'll see in the squad battles tutorial that I'm going to go over here in a couple days. Hopefully have it out Sunday this weekend. You'll see how easy it is to exploit a goalie's glove hand by just doing a couple different moves. It seems like a lot of glove hands are weak. So that glove high being 92 is a little bit of a concern, especially since he's only 6'3". Now 6'3" is a pretty big goaltender, but there's a reason a lot of guys like using Ben Bishop and the Jacob Markstrom that just came out is because they are a little bit bigger than the Carey Price. This Price has great synergies though. He will unfortunately cost you 14 gold collectibles plus the base Carey Price, or 350 coins on the market. So he's a little bit pricey for a goaltender. I don't mind him though. I'm going to give him 4.5 chewies. If you'd have 2 distributor or 2 spark, I'd give him 5 chewies. But we're going to go with 4.5 chewies here on this card. I think he's a pretty fair price for the synergies you're getting out of him. I'm really curious to see what they do with the other 3 goalies in the other divisions. But the North Division's winner was Carey Price. I think he's a pretty good card at 4.5 chewies. Tyson Barrie. Here's another guy I did not have a problem with winning. On the right defense, it was Tyson Barrie. I figured he would win, though, because he's a former Toronto Maple Leaf, plus he plays for the Edmonton Oilers. So it just made sense with the fan bases that do play this game that he would be the winner. The reason I chose this version of the card is 2 Swarm, 1 Howitzer, and 1 Shutdown. The other version of his card can give you Barrage, Light the Lamp, and Workhorse. I figured the 2 Swarm along with Howitzer was just a better selection. The reason for this is the Howitzer is going to give you +3 speed, +3 agility, then +3 wrist shot and slap shot power. I thought that was huge. The Shutdown is also a very good defensive synergy, so it helps him out defensively with body checking, shot blocking, puck control, and slap shot accuracy. And then the Swarm is obviously a defensive-based synergy, gives you +4 agility, defensive awareness, and stick checking. I just think Swarm overall is better than Barrage, so that made it a little bit easier. On top of, I think Howitzer is just a better player synergy than the Light the Lamp or Workhorse that you could have gotten the other version of Tyson Barrie. So that's why I went with this version of him. Looking at his tail of the tape, just like we went over at Carey Price's, he's 5'11", 197, right-handed shooting defenseman. His attributes are 89 acceleration, 95 agility, 89 balance, 95 endurance with 88 speed. However, with the howitzer getting that +3 means you can get up to 94 speed. With Spark, you can get up to 93 acceleration. So he's a pretty decent skater. His Team of the Week card seemed to skate very well, so I would assume that this card is the same animations, the same type of build. So actually with the howitzer, I think he's a pretty decent skater. Looking at his shooting, he has 89 slap shot accuracy, 95 slap shot power, with 88 wrist shot accuracy, and 93 wrist shot power. His deking is 92, offensive awareness 93, 88 hand-eye, 96 passing, 95 puck control. The hand-eye at 88 is a little bit concerning. On top of his shooting not being the most accurate, even though he has a pretty hard shot at the 93 plus in the shot powers. Body checking is 87, strength is 90 for his defensive categories. Pretty decent strength, but his strength, balance, and puck control don't necessarily all work together in the sense of his balance is a little bit low at 89. Now, if you wanted to go with the workhorse, you do get a balance boost in the other version of this card, but I just don't think it's that big of a deal because of the extra speed that the howitzer gives you here. Looking at his checking category, he has 93 defense awareness, 92 shot blocking, 93 stick checking, 60 faceoffs, and 87 discipline. Obviously, you can't take any faceoffs, so that attribute just doesn't matter. The discipline 87's more than enough. I like the stick checking and defense awareness at 93 with 92 shot blocking. He'll cost you about 220 coins minimum. Obviously, his price will go a little bit up from there, and 10 gold collectibles if you want to build him in the set. Then you get both versions of them, plus his base card. All of the collection sets, as we went over in the overview or the review of the event, require the card to have your base version of the card and then gold collectibles on top of it. So I'm going to stop mentioning the base version of the card. I'm just going to mention the gold collectibles whenever we're talking about pricing them out. The Tyson Barrie, though, he's howitzer dependent. So if you don't have howitzer, I don't think this card's that great, and that's for either version of the card. So I'm going to give him 4 Chewies. I think at his price tag at 220 coins, I think he's a little bit expensive right now. If he drops down into the 150 range, I think he'll be an amazing card, especially with the synergies that he has. But I'm going to give him 4 Chewies. I think the howitzer helps him some, and he does become a pretty good skater. I think his price is a little bit high. Comparing him to some other 91s in the game, I think you can get some better versions of cards that are right-handed defensemen for about the same price. So I'm going to hold off on this Tyson Barrie right now, give him the 4 Chewies. Maybe when his price drops, he'll get a little bit higher Chewy rating, but we're going to go with 4 Chewies right now. Morgan Rielly. Another guy that's not very surprising that he won the vote. He didn't have a card either. I actually believe I voted for Morgan Rielly, if I'm not mistaken. Toronto Maple Leaf. Any Toronto Maple Leaf in anything is always going to win. Huge Toronto fan base plays this video game. So there's a Toronto Maple Leaf, and he's kind of a fan favorite of any sort. He's going to get the call up when it comes to voting within the game, hands down. Looking at the Rielly, he's 6'1", 219 pounds, left-handed shooting, obviously a defenseman. He won the left defenseman vote. I picked the Distributor Gladiator and Light the Lamp version of this Morgan Rielly. However, I do think that the other version with the Spark, passing playmaker, and shutdown is very viable. The problem is, for passing and puck control, he already has 98 overall, and shutdown and passing playmaker both give you passing and puck control as one of their attribute boosts, and you only get +1 there. Then it gives you shot blocking and stick checking. So you get a little bit better there, where the Gladiator is going to give you defensive awareness when we go over it here, body checking, strength, and slap shot power. I just thought he got more out of the Gladiator than the shutdown or passing playmaker, because he already has such high passing and puck control. The Light the Lamp is going to give you offensive awareness, hand-eye, balance, and wrist shot accuracy. So I just thought that the 2 player synergies were better than those player synergies, and I allowed Distributor and Spark to kind of just cancel each other out. That's why I went with this version compared to the other version. But if the Spark version fits into your team, by all means, go with that version of the card. I think either one is a phenomenal card. Let's get into the attributes. His skating is 91 acceleration, 97 agility, 94 balance, 99 max endurance. That is huge. That means he can be a number 1 pair or number 2 pair defenseman, hands down. He's always going to be able to be on the ice. He's going to have great stamina, and that's what we want to see. Then he has 91 speed. So the skating is great. He can get up to 94 speed and 95 acceleration with just Distributor and Spark. He doesn't have any player synergies in either of the cards to help him with his skating necessarily, but I do think that his skating is more than enough at this point in the game, as well as he's very solidly built at 219, 6'1". So that's something that I really like to see. He's going to skate well. He's going to be solid on his skates. His shooting is 95 slap shot power, 94 wrist shot power. His accuracy is 88 for slap shot, 89 for wrist shot. So he has another guy, hard shot, not the most accurate compared to how hard his shot is, just like the Tyson Barrie. Makes sense, though. A lot of the base cards were that way, and they're only adding attributes to the base cards in the first place, so it makes sense that his power is a little bit higher than his accuracy. For his hands, he has some of the best hands you're going to see on a defenseman in the game. 98 for puck control, passing, and offensive awareness, and 92 hand-eye, 97 deking. Can't ask for much more with the hands than what this Morgan Rielly gives you. Obviously, with distributor, is going to max his passing and puck control. That's why that passing playmaker and shutdown I didn't think was as valuable either, because everyone's going to have distributor, so you're not even getting any points for either one of those player synergies. It's another reason why I picked this version. For the defensive category is 92 body checking, 94 strength. Those are great numbers. Like I said, solidly built. The body checking is really going to be able to knock people off the puck. Then he has 97 defense awareness, 94 shot blocking, 96 stick checking, 62 faceoffs. Defenseman doesn't matter. Then 97 discipline. Honestly, I really like the way this Morgan Rielly looks. His price is a little bit hefty, though. You're looking at 520,000 coins. A lot of that has to do with he's a Toronto Maple Leaf. So where there is a high demand and a limited supply, the price is going to be high. Basic economics. He cost you 15 gold collectibles. Out of all the cards, I think Morgan Rielly is probably the best priced set to do. Maybe the Johnny Gaudreau that we'll go over here in a second, but I do think Morgan Rielly's well priced at 15 gold collectibles as well as his base card. With the 15 gold collectibles, it is a little bit hefty, but that's pretty much what the 94s were going for in other sets in previous events, except this is even a little bit cheaper by like 2 or 3 gold collectibles, I think. So it's one of those things where I do think that Morgan Rielly is worth building in the set if you want to go with one of the guys in the set. I think Morgan Rielly has the best bang for your buck. I still think he's very expensive, though. I'm going to give him 5 chewies. I think left-handed defensemen, there is quite a few of them. I don't think there's any of them that are this high end that have either distributor or spark if you build the set, or if you go over either one of them, and I think that is huge. And he's also somebody, I think he's an endgame card. You're going to get up to that 94 speed, 95 acceleration. That's more than enough. And all of his important defensive and hands categories are pretty much maxed. Yeah, he's not the most accurate with his slap shot, but you're getting this guy to play defense. You're not getting this guy to light the lamp. If you want a left-handed defenseman that's going to score a bunch of goals, go get yourself like Paul Coffey when he gets his gold icon out or something like that. Right now, this Morgan Rielly is one of the best left-handed defensemen in the game, and that's why he's getting the 5 chewy rating. Mitch Marner. Mitchell, as his parents like to call him, the 6-foot-tall, 175-pound, right-handed shooting Mitch Marner. He's been absolutely phenomenal the last couple years in the NHL. Well deserving of having a very good card in this game. And finally a card where he has the speed that he deserves, because he's a great skater and they have been shafting him on his speed, especially in his base card. The version of him that I chose is the 2 spark, 1 light the lamp, and 1 workhorse. The other version of him is distributor, passing playmaker, and wingman. The reason I went with the spark version is I think that the workhorse with the balance and endurance is very big for this card. Obviously, the wingman and workhorse both have the acceleration, so it's based off of their secondary attributes, not the acceleration base, because it's both at +3 that I went off of. Then Light the Lamp is going to help with his balance as well. So with workhorse and Light the Lamp, he's getting up to 97 balance, which is huge for this card. He's going to be hard to knock off the puck, but he's also not the heaviest card. So that was something that I really looked forward to whenever I was going over this Mitch Marner, is that I wanted to get his balance up. Obviously, the Light the Lamp gives you the wrist shot accuracy, offensive awareness, and hand-eye as well. Even though his offensive awareness and hand-eye are max and his wrist shot accuracy is at 98, I thought the balance here for him on the Light the Lamp as well as the workhorse was huge for that wombo combo. Plus, Light the Lamp is a big synergy for some other players like Gretzky, Solani, Dion, that you could help them get Light the Lamp. So I thought that maybe the Mitch Marner was just better here. Spark, Distributor kind of cancel each other out, but that's why I went with this version of Mitch Marner. Also, for anybody that's curious, Spark does give you acceleration, body checking, strength, and discipline at +4. Looking at the card with no synergies activated, he has 91 acceleration, 99 agility, 91 balance, 92 endurance with 92 speed. He'll max out at 98 acceleration, as you can see with the Spark and Workhorse, and then he'll get up to 96 speed. So he's going to be one of the best skating cards. And then you're going to his shot right here. 98 wrist shot accuracy and slap shot accuracy with 95 slap shot and wrist shot power. So a phenomenal shot, super accurate, very hard. And then guess what, boys? His hands are 99 across the board. This is one of the ultimate offensive cards in the game right now. Looking at his defense, he has 85 body checking, 91 strength. Not the best attributes, but what are you going to do? He's great offensively. We'll take a little bit of a downgrade here in the body checking. His checking category is 97 defense awareness, 86 shot blocking, 99 stick checking with 92 discipline. He's a right winger, so the 77 faceoffs is just kind of, it is what it is. You don't expect him to take your faceoffs. You're going to have to play him on the wing, as mentioned. He won the right wing vote. Another Toronto Maple Leaf back-to-back with him and Rielly. I think this Mitch Marner is another 5 chewy card. I don't think you can even argue that. The hands are max. The shot's amazing. He's very good at skating. He has defensive awareness and stick checking for days. His biggest two downsides are body checking and shot blocking, and I'm not worried about that out of a winger, to be honest. I don't need all my wingers to crush people. I'll get a centerman or I'll get a winger to play with this Mitch Marner that can crush people and check people. But even 85 body checking really isn't that bad. It's not amazing, but this card is really, really good. The price on him, though, is going to be 640,000 coins minimum, then 20 gold collectibles. So he comes at a hefty price, but I actually do think he's worth that price. I think the Morgan Rielly is better priced, but I do think the Mitch Marner is well priced. We're going to give him the 5 chewies. I think he's well deserving. Johnny Gaudreau. One of the little guys of hockey at 5'9", 165 pounds. It's Johnny Gaudreau. He's also left-handed shooting. He has 2 points for balance, 1 point for howitzer, and 1 point for gladiator. The reason I picked this version of the card is the other version is swarm with passing playmaker and wingman. I thought the howitzer to get his speed up a little bit more was more important than getting some acceleration out of wingman. On top of, I do think balance and swarm are about the same synergy. I went with the balance here because I also thought that the gladiator helped him a little bit in one of his weaker categories of body checking to give him a little bit more oomph, give him a little bit more strength. I thought that was important for the very lightweight Johnny Gaudreau. That's what my thought process was. Do I think the swarm version of the card is also good? Of course. He comes in at 92 speed, so it's not like you don't already get up to 95 speed, but who doesn't want to get up to 98 speed with their card? Looking at the skating, he has 93 acceleration, 98 agility, 87 balance, 92 endurance, 92 speed. So as mentioned, he can max out with the 98 speed with howitzer and distributor activated. Then he'll get up to 97 acceleration. So he's going to be one of the fastest skating cards in the game. So great skating. My concern with Gaudreau always is going to be his balance, and his balance at 87 just isn't super impressive. So that's going to hurt the card a little bit in his rating, but we'll see what the rest of the attributes are and then give the rating at the end. The shooting category, 94 for wrist shot and slap shot accuracy, 91 slap shot power, 92 wrist shot power. So a pretty decent shot. It's not the best shot, but for a 90 overall, that's a very good shot. I mean, he's at the low 90s, the mid 90s. What else more do you want out of a shot at a guy that is 90 overall? For his deking, is 98 deking, 96 offensive awareness, 98 hand-eye, 97 passing, and 98 puck control. So his hands are almost maxed. With some team synergies, you'll get pretty much maxed hands, especially for the passing and puck control. Distributor will max those out for you. His defense is 78 body checking, 85 strength. Then looking at his checking category, 88 defensive awareness, 83 shot blocking, 92 stick checking, and 98 discipline. So great discipline. The stick checking at 92 isn't necessarily where I want it, but it's not terrible. The 88 defensive awareness is a slight concern. He's not going to intercept too many passes compared to some of the other cards, but for a 90 overall, it's pretty decent. He's going to cost you 8 gold collectibles or 170,000 coins. I think his price is very good. He doesn't have the best team synergies. The howitzer is huge. He's a very good skater. My concern with the Johnny Gaudreau, as already mentioned, is his strength and balance. How easily will he get knocked off the puck being a smaller guy? Being that that's such a concern for me, I'm going to give him 4.5 chewies. I do think on some people's teams, depending how good you are with the sticks, he's easily a 5 chewy card. For me personally, and I think for the average player, somebody that's not super nasty with the deeks, doesn't have the best stick skills. Not saying that I'm not good on the sticks. I'm pretty decent. I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst. I think that Gaudreau, especially if you're more of a straight line skater or maybe a side-to-side skater that doesn't do any crazy L1 left bumper type of deeks, doesn't do any crazy spins, the Gaudreau is just not your guy. That's how I feel about the card. That's why I'm giving him 4.5 chewies, because I'm going based off of the entire population. I do think on some guys' teams, he's going to be a nasty 5 chewy player. He's going to light the lamp for you. I think he has all the potential in the world. My concern is how lightweight he's going to be with the low strength and the low balance for 90 overall. I think he's very well priced, though. I'm going to stick to the 4.5 chewies. You guys let me have it in the comments if you think he should be a 5 chewy card. By all means, we can talk about it. I just think with that balance and the strength, it's a concern for me at this point in the game. Connor McDavid. This card looks familiar. The 97 overall Connor McDavid. I'm pretty sure he has the same exact attributes as the 97 NHL moments Connor McDavid, if I'm not mistaken. He has 2 balance, 1 light the lamp, 1 shutdown. The reason I chose this card is because balance is better than the barrage option. I don't think it really matters what his player synergies are. This card is absolutely filthy. 6'1", 193 pounds. Left-handed shooting. It's going to take 22 gold collectibles to make him. He's about 1.1 million coins. Probably more towards 1.2 million. I think the 1.1 million was like the lowest I saw. Looking at his attributes, he has 98 acceleration, 99 agility, 94 balance, 98 endurance, 99 speed. So pretty much max skating. What don't you like about that? His shot's 99 for the accuracies, 97 for the slap shot, wrist shot power, 99 hands across the board, 91 body checking, 93 strength. His checking category, 99 defense awareness, 90 shot blocking, 97 stick checking, 82 faceoffs, 94 discipline. The only knock on the Connor McDavid is he's labeled as a centerman. He can't play center. Other than that, the Connor McDavid is probably the best card in the game. He's definitely an endgame card. I think the only cards you can maybe compete with him are the Jerome McGinley and the Jonathan Toews 98 overall from doing all of the team sets. I like this Connor McDavid. I'm going to give him 5 Chewies. I don't think this time around there's any argument. I gave him a hard 4 Chewies on an NHL Moments card. 3 Heart and Soul. Who likes that? No one likes that. This Connor McDavid's 5 Chewies. He has a at least usable team synergy. The rest of the card is phenomenal. Pretty much endgame. You add some team synergies on here. He's maxed at pretty much everything. So Connor McDavid, 5 Chewies. I don't think there'll be an argument this time around. Last time around, some people might have looked at me like, man, that's a hard rating, but he doesn't have heart and soul this time. 5 Chewies. Let's stick to it and wrap this bad boy up. That's going to wrap up the true review of these North Division All-Star winners. We went over each one of the cards, told you which one I thought was the best version of the 2 versions of the card, gave them 1 through 5 Chewie ratings. I think the ratings were pretty fair. We also listed what the price was, how many gold collectibles it takes to make them in a set. I think all these cards are very good. I know it's not necessarily the event a lot of people wanted. I'm not a huge fan of it either, to be honest with you. But I do think the cards are good. Now, the cards are going to be expensive. There's going to be 18 other cards that come out that are going to be just as good, that are going to have the same synergy. So be excited for that, which might mean that the price of these might drop in a week. Who knows? But I do think if I had to go with the best value that you're getting, best bang for your buck, it has to be Morgan Rielly or the Johnny Gaudreau if you know how to use them. I think Mitch Marner is a little bit more bang for your buck than the Connor McDavid is, but the Connor McDavid by far is the hands down best card out of these 6. I mean, he's 2 overall higher than the next guy, and he's essentially a 100% endgame card. I think Marner and Rielly are too as well. I think those are guys that can be in your lineup the rest of the game, especially with team synergies going around. Gaudreau and Barrie are just going to be based off of how good of a player you are. The Gaudreau, I think, has a lot of upside. You just have to be very, very good with a guy that is small and can deke a lot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about these 6 cards. Do you agree with my Chewy ratings? Do you disagree with my Chewy ratings? Let's talk about it. As always, I appreciate all of your guys' support. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with any of your friends that play NHL 21. Also, hit that notification bell. You guys have a great day and be safe.